Hi, this is Richard and I welcome you to a demo of how problem identification and prevention works using Oracle Sun System Analysis. I promise to spend most of my time giving a demo after one quick slide. So I'd like you to understand the Oracle Sun System Analysis, or OSSA. It's available for all systems which are covered by an active Premier Support for Systems contract. You can start using this system immediately after our demo. OSSA reports on recently submitted Solaris Explorer data collection output, which is sent up to Oracle using secure file transport. It currently performs about 12,000 checks, ranging from basic configuration recommendations on serviceability to firmware management to mission-critical recommendations on data corruption, security, and even availability. These reports can help you prioritize systems management and maintenance, resulting in reduced break-fix calls and avoidance of unplanned outages, and of course faster time to repair if that's required. So let's walk through this process of these 6 steps. Pretty straightforward. You take your chassis serial number, which is listed on your active Premier Support for Systems contract, and you should have a support identifier that goes with that. The support identifier is basically a number which ties your products to an Oracle support contract. Once you've installed the Oracle Data Explorer collector on each system to be analyzed and enter the system's chassis serial number into the appropriate Explorer field, you're ready to upload to Oracle. Now, when you upload to Oracle, we are going to take a look at those checks in just a minute. But in order to access MyOracle Support and view this information, you have to have an active MyOracle Support account and need to be able to log in. You have to be granted access to the support identifier used to upload the Explorer data. This permission is granted by someone in your company. We usually refer to that person as the Customer User Administrator, or CUA. If you don't have access to that, you'll have to add it through the Settings menu. So, in the Settings menu, you'll be able to access the Account and Privileges tab and request access. Requesting access to the support identifier will give you access to this Proactive Hardware Services menu item, which you see here. Now, once you've arrived at the landing page for Proactive Services, you'll see that you can quickly look up by serial number or host IDs, which is useful for troubleshooting. Or you can simply look at reports based on the support identifier, which I'll do here. And of course, when I review this list of reports, typically I'm going to have more than one, but in this case I just have the one. So let's drill down into that one right now. Now, what we see here is the first section, Customer Contract and Asset Summary, on the left side, and some basic information and current updates, including a legend on the right. You'll notice question marks on every section up here, which will give you some more detail about the section information. These red links right here take you to the glossary if you're unfamiliar with some of the terms associated with this row. And you can see the legend right here to make sure you understand what we're looking for. And we'll of course be looking for things that with the red X that are highly recommended. But you may also be interested in yellow items, which you have to consider basically your business operations to decide whether you think this item is important or not. So let me scroll down a bit, and we can see here the system details on the left and the tools on the right. Now, the system details region here on the left has some basic configuration information, such as the number of CPUs. So we have a 2 CPU 16 core machine, kernel patch level, and even, for example, the amount of swap space based on the amount of physical memory, which is useful to know to help you increase the probability that a crash dump would be captured should, of course, a crash occur. The Systems Tools region on the right side helps you highlight the basic recommended system tools that are installed and how up-to-date they are. So you can see here Secure File Transfer is a little not quite as up-to-date as maybe you'd expect, but maybe it's okay in your environment. But let's scroll down to the more important information, which is Essentials and Mission Critical. Each of these sections is expandable to view more details. The Essentials section covers the basic serviceability components to help you ensure, if a problem should occur, that the system is configured to capture the basic data necessary to help diagnose the most common problems. The Mission Critical section, let's scroll down a little further, highlights the components and known configuration items that could impact a mission-critical environment, such as Sun Alerts section, which is the one we're going to look at today, which covers security, data corruption, and availability. Now what I'm looking over here for is the red X's and the numbers with the red X. So we're going to drill down into the security section and take a look at some of these issues. So it looks like if we scroll down, we can see one of the red issues here. Here's the synopsis. And it's up to you to decide if you want to remediate this issue. But we give you the knowledge article right here that you can click on and start to review and understand this issue. Now once you've resolved this issue, the next collection of the Explorer will clear this issue. So you can consider this basically a work list for keeping your systems safe and running them smoothly. And you can review other issues for each of the other sections where you're going to be seeing the red arrows. So to take advantage of the system, you'll need to follow the basics that we outlined in the original slide, and I'll just show it to you here for a second. But actually all this information is detailed more clearly in Article 1194.234.1. And one of the key items here is, if you scroll down to the bottom, the reference documents include a link to the Sequence of Operations Guide to get you started. And this will outline each of the steps that you'll need to do, which should be very quick and easy for you to do. Okay. Now, when this slide is done and this presentation is over, you'll be taken to a landing page which contains more useful links that we discussed, as well as some other resources. I appreciate your time, and I hope that you'll think that this will provide you some value in providing proactive support for your Sun systems.